Okay, but you know what? A knife, I have some of a chance. I definitely have a chance if someone's trying to stone me to death with a rock. But with a gun, I got no chance at all, and obviously zero chance with an RPG. So, you know what I'm saying? I would rather have. Okay, you can stop someone. Basically, what I'm getting at is you can stop someone with a non-lethal weapon. I mean, a taser is going to take down Mr. T. It'll take down anybody. And then, on the chance that taser falls into the wrong hands and uses it on an innocent person, the innocent person won't be dead.
True, true. So, you know what I want to do, Gary?
Okay, Jake.
I want to get together with you sometime. We're going to go to the gun club.
Okay, let me ask you this. Well, point blank, simple statement. The only reason why you want a gun is if someone is coming after you to harm you, you want to stop them. You're not necessarily saying, I want them dead. My name is Jay and I want them dead. No, you're just basically saying, I want to stop them. Well, you can stop someone without having to kill them. They don't have to be dead. You can injure someone and, okay, you stop them. They're injured.
Well, okay, Gary, somebody breaks into your house. They're 13 inches taller than you, 100 pounds heavier. What's your first line of defense to stop that person from doing whatever he wants?
If they actually came into my house, chances are they would end up seriously injured. I would try not to have them end up dead, but if I thought they were trying to use lethal force on me, yeah, then I have to up the ante, then I have to use lethal force on them. But initially, my aim is just to stop them. Just to stop them. If I have to take a baseball bat to their legs, if I have to, use a taser, if I had, a taser or something like that. But, right, if the guy's taller than me, 13 inches taller than me, and then 200 pounds more than me or whatever, yeah, I'm not going to get in a fist fight with the guy because obviously I'll lose. So I would have to use a weapon, right.
Right, but the first reaction when somebody breaks into your house, even if you own a gun, is to run. To run to the gun, to run to the bat. Somebody breaks in your house, is your first reaction to run. I mean, you're not going to run, pick up the baseball bat, and then run back at the person. That's probably not going to happen.
Well, I would just say, okay, for one thing, even if I had a gun, it would only be a benefit to me if wherever I spend the most time in the house, let's say be it kitchen or living room or whatever, if I had a gun out in the open, loaded, with practically the safety off. Because if someone breaks into my house, I got seconds to get the gun. I don't have time to, go into my bedroom, go into the drawer, load the bullet in, take the safety off. I mean, I would have to have it ready to shoot at a moment's notice. And most gun owners aren't like that. They're not prepared like that.
Well, that's true too. But most responsible gun owners, they do have a plan. They do have a what if in the back of their head. I have a federal agent that lives. It's a neighbor of mine, and I had told him the plans in this household if somebody did break in, and he said, that's amazing, and he says everybody should do that. He goes, a lot of people don't. He says, and he says the reaction and everything that we would do is the right thing to do. I believe that if there's one gun carrier in the household, that the whole household should be instructed on the use of firearms. You have a lot of idiots. They'll leave a gun around and tell their kids to stay away from it. Well, kids are going to go near it unless the children also have been instructed in the dangers of gun and to teach them gun safety.
Yeah, but what if you have a case where, like you're saying, a home break-in, and the criminal is very fast-acting? I mean, all of a sudden, your door, pops open, and bam, there's the criminal.
He's got the upper hand in surprise. Yes, and that's the reason why you've got to have drills in mind. If this happens, this is what we do. You've got that. just having the gun there, if somebody takes you by surprise, that moment of surprise, that first few seconds when if you have to stand there and think of, oh, what do I do? That's a failure. A fighter, if something happens, if a certain fighter throws and hits you with a right hand, you know some drills. You immediately do this and that. You counterpunch, and that's what you've got to have in your household. You've got to have a plan. Even if you don't have a gun in the house, you've got to have a plan. You've got to communicate with the other people in your household. If this happens, this is what we do. All right? Whether it's go for the gun, go for the knife, go for the bat. I mean, a lot of people, their first reaction is, the door gets kicked in, I'm running for the phone. Well, guess what? Do you know how long it's going to take a police officer to get to your house? It's over. The crime is committed. Whatever that person's going to do does it. He's gone. He's out. It's over.
Right. All right. I got a question for you. In general, not necessarily having to do with guns, but for anything, when you go to make a decision for something, don't you kind of take statistics into account? For example, a couple years ago, there was this Navy fighter jet that was in training off the coast of California, and then they would land on the base, and there was a malfunction in this jet, and unfortunately, it landed in the neighborhood, smashed in the house, and killed people in the house. I don't know if you remember hearing about it, but anyway, that was one rare incident. In fact, I don't even remember another case where, say, some jet or any kind of even commercial aircraft smashed into someone's house. So since it's so rare, we don't make preparations for, if you hear, some engine failing, run out of your house, and this is how you prepare in case the plane's going to crash in your house. You don't make preparations because the statistics show it's rare. In the same way, house break-ins in America really are kind of rare. I mean, really extremely rare. I mean, they're so rare they do make the news. So in the same way, I don't think people should be terribly worried if they don't have a gun to protect themselves in case of home break-in, because it really is kind of rare.
Well, let me tell you about rare. Like I said, I live next to a federal agent who shall go unnamed. He explained that only 10% of a lot of things that go on are actually reported in the news. Most of your news reporters are actually sitting besides a police scanner to find out what's going on. And I was really amazed. He told me the amount of home invasions there actually are, even in affluent areas.
Okay, perfect example. I'm glad you brought that up. 300 cars are stolen in Danbury every year. Out of those 300, it's been going on for quite a few years that the police in Danbury will quote statistics. They tell you the average is 300. Out of those 300, 100 are stolen every year from the Danbury Fair Mall alone. Do the math. 52 weeks a year, 100 cars. That means twice a week, maybe once every 3 or 4 days, a car is stolen from Danbury Fair Mall. If someone, let's say, worked there, if you're at the mall enough, say you're working there, yeah, there's a possibility with 2 cars stolen a week that you might actually witness a car being stolen. Chances are the person stealing the car could have a gun. Okay, so there's statistics. There's an incident where you would have to have a weapon to protect yourself, and that's each case. I can almost guarantee the person stealing has a gun. So I would say outside of your home, you have a much greater need to have a gun, a concealed weapon on you, much more so than in your house, believe it or not.
I have, like I said, I really rarely carry a gun outside the house because I've been able to talk myself out of situations, even fight myself out of situation. I guarantee if somebody pulls a gun on me, I got a little bit of chance to get away from him and put that gun where on him where the sun don't shine. But do I have a constitutional right to have firearms?
Oh, you do, because the Constitution, it's a very simple document. It's one-liners. The what, Second Amendment is it that has the
Yes.
right to bear arms? Am I quoting the right one? Okay.
Yes.
I mean, that's a great thing about the Constitution. Lawyers probably hate. They're not paragraphs. They're not 10-page essays, every one of the amendments, it's one-liners. I mean, how are you going to argue a one sentence? So yeah, the Constitution does, but at the same time, it quotes militias, and it brings up the topic of militia. Then people could debate, well, the militia they're referring to is the police and the military.
No.
If they would have actually had to say individual civilians, they would have had to use the word civilian and use the word individual. When they said, the people have a right to have a militia, that, if you look historically, that dates back to the fact that the British, who were occupying America, didn't want anyone in any level in society in America to own a gun. I mean, they didn't want George Washington owning a gun,
Well, Gary, the people, those three big words, we the people? The people
Right.
are the militia. The one fact that is never really brought forward is that during the American Revolution, I think, well, we're going to get the statistics now, but 40% of the British forces were actually picked off by we the people, Americans, not a group of people called militia. I mean, they were simply sniped, and that's what gave us a lot of victories against the British when they were in our country. It's the militia is we the people. The militia is not what some jackass politician in Washington determines it to be.
Also, there's another word that's a real stickler, which can make controversy. It doesn't actually say guns, it says arms. Guns are arms, but the problem is, RPGs are arms, and so are tasers are arms. So, what level do you want to crank it up to? Personally, I like to stay at the level of tasers. You're comfortable at the level of guns. Jay, I bet you would not be comfortable if it was cranked up to the level of RPGs. Because, my goodness, you'd be talking some serious massive destruction if arms, everyone agreed, okay, arms includes RPGs.
Let me read the Second Amendment here. A well-regulated militia. Let's see, when it comes to that word militia, which is actually we the people, that's where the politicians take it and stop it. But it says a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to care and to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Shall not be infringed. It means keep your hands off these rights.
Okay, then they're infringing on my right to own a hand grenade and an RPG. Because those are arms. And I guarantee you, if I were to announce that I own an RPG, the FBI and everyone else would be on my rear end so quickly. I'd be thrown in jail, if I had an RPG.
RPG's a little overkill. Of course they would.
Yeah, but it's still arms. It's still arms, Jay. It's still arms.
If that's the way you want, if that's the way you want to go in the conversation, Gary, sure, that's fine. But so you're saying take away all our arms, and everybody walk around with a taser. I could imagine the kids sneaking those into school and having some fun.
Don't tase me, bro.
Actually, taser is considered arms. All right, if someone broke in your house, you tasered them. Now they're down on the pavement or down the floor, and they're going to be there for a good long time. Let's say 20 minutes.
You hope.
Are you saying
you hope
you're not satisfied?
You hope if you keep tasering them, and run to the phone. Oh, he's getting up again. You got to run back. I don't want to take those chances, Gary.
But suppose hypothetically, you knew that the taser took them down, and they're going to be staying down for 20 minutes. Would you be satisfied to have the police come and then pick them up off your floor and take them away, or would you say, all right, this guy has to die? I mean, what kind of conclusion are you looking for in such an incident?
Gary, are you married?
What?
Are you married?
No.
Okay. Well,
No.
let's picture somebody in your mind that you love dearly, a family member. You got it?
Right.
Okay. Now you have a gun in your hand. Somebody breaks in. They're getting ready to kill that family member. Are you going to say, hey, stop in the name of the law, or are you going to pull that trigger?